Starter looks happy now. Light On set the first, and the gates fly back and they're racing. And overall, it was a pretty clean getaway. Liberty's Torch begins well with Bella Blue. Polony's on the move early on, and out deep Telling Story starting to drift back. Big One's going to get into a handy spot, moving across to get onto the speed behind the leaders there, and getting up on the inside back to midfield was Trey DC. Knavesmeyer around that division. Telling Stories continues to drift back then from Hey Fu, well back Escara. She Crown the last one, working to the 800 metre mark, and Liberty's Torch got a clean lead, led the way a length in front of Polony, the outside second. Favourite third there, Big One. In the orange colours, being tracked up in turn by Trey DC. Stratego, it's outside now, midfield, drifting back Bella Blue. In the centre there, Hafur, even deeper Telling Stories. A gap in the field, Knavesmeyer not travelling from Escara. She Crown. Well, Liberty's Torch down the side, got a move on here and moved away by 4 in front before the turn. Runs inside the 4-3 in front of the favourite, Big One, who goes out after it. Polony drops off into third. A gap then, Trey DC getting a reminder. Back to the inside then, Bella Blue tries to run on from Stratego, and the rest heading by Telling Stories. It's Liberty's Torch in front, down inside the 150. Starting to get a little bit tired. Big One slowly but surely is picking up the ground for Hubbards. It's Liberty's Torch in front for Wayne Davis. Every stride, Big One's coming. He's coming with momentum. He's going to get there, Big One. He arrives in time. Big One, a neck on the line to Liberty's Torch. Third, Trey DC. A gap in the field then to Stratego. On its outside then, Telling Stories, Bella Blue, Escara, Polony, She Crown, well back Hafu, and Knavesmeyer's come in a pretty long last here in the first event on the card. Number 2, Big One. Barry Hubbards, Chris Pollard, deserving victory, getting over the top of Liberty's Torch, who has just continued to race well for the Petrick stable, but just the last 100 metres found it out. And it's a big distance between, first and last here. Third will go to, looks like Tradici, who's got a clear third there, number 11 on its own by the looks. We'll get that confirmed. And we'll get that fourth down the line. Numbers going into the frame, 2-5 in 1:18.65. 1:18.65 to the winner, Big One. Second 5, Liberty's Torch. They really did come away a long way out. And one of them was going to win it, but Big One, just with the momentum, has got the money there. Third goes to 11, Trey DC. 2-5-11. 3/4 by 4 1/4 looks like the margin there. 2-5-11, the winner to Big One. Now fourth goes to 10. That was Stratego, just battling away there into 4 spots. So official numbers for your top 4: 2-5-11, 10, 1:18.65, 3/4 by 4 1/4. The winner, number 2, Big One, a 5-year-old bay gelding, more than ready, lay and low for J. Robinson, John Robinson, P.W. Jones and D.E. Hoare, trained by Chris Pollard. Good to see Pollard in the winning circle here in race number 1, and Barry Hubbards, who's got a pretty good book of rides today. Barry was right up there in the Jockeys Premiership, or the Jockeys Challenge this afternoon. And he's got off to the best possible start. Second goes to 5, Liberty's Torch, a 5-year-old Bale Brown gelding, Statue of Liberty Jetta, Kerry Petrick, Wayne Davis. Again, another very honest performance. And third, 11, Tradici, a 4-year-old Bale Brown mare, Bernardini, lucky 13 for Emma Still, and Kim Gladwin into third spot. Fourth to 10, Stratego, and fifth goes to 7. That was Telling Stories, who's held its ground there after being pretty deep in the early stages. But the winner's coming down the race. Barry Hubbards aboard number 2, Big One. It's a good effort, that, because at start 7, he's had the 1 win now, 2 minor placings, and prize money getting up towards the $20,000 mark. And favourite backers off on the right note here this afternoon at the Bay. We stand by for correct weight.